G'day guys, Dylan from the Beta Network here, and today we're going to take a look at an incredibly interesting game that originated from a Skyrim mod. So grab your golden bow as we answer the question, should you play The Forgotten City? Now for those who don't know, The Forgotten City was an incredibly successful Skyrim mod that was created by Nick Pierce. Nick made the mod around 9 years ago, and has spent the last 4.5 years with his small team over at Modern Storyteller to develop The Forgotten City into its very own game. So let's kick this off by having a look at the story. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the story, as there is a lot of content with many twists and turns. But what I will say is that it flows incredibly well. It is nice and easy to follow, even though it has a few surprises and a lot of historical content thrown in. Whether it be references to Roman society, or even stories of myths and legends. For a history buff like myself, this is thoroughly enjoyable. One of the best parts is that the story seems to follow you along. It moves with you as you solve mysteries and interact with the people in the city. It's all on you. The other great part about the story is the topics they cover. Everything is fair game. It definitely gets you thinking by placing you in situations to test your moral and ethical choices. And just a little advice, try to think outside the box. Sometimes the solution is laughably simple. And don't be afraid to break the rules, because, as we all know, rules are only made to be broken. The gameplay is relatively simple, yet effective. It's basically a walking sim with very little action. So if you're wanting to waltz in, bow drawn, and start shooting, then maybe this isn't the game for you. The Forgotten City just isn't that type of game. It wants you to pick up on the subtle things and find creative solutions that allow you to achieve the desired result without technically breaking the rules. Although, sometimes, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Now, there are a couple areas where the game stops and needs to load, but it's only for a few seconds, and I see this being fixed relatively early. A big aspect about the gameplay though is the world traversal. Since you're travelling around a city, there is quite a large area to investigate. Seeing that walking is your only way of getting around, the devs put ziplines in as little shortcuts to help with world traversal. Now yes, I know the Romans never travelled by ziplines, but let's be honest, wouldn't it be awesome if they did? If you've been enjoying this video, why not hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. The world design for the Forgotten City is on point. Yes, some character models are a little interesting, but the view is breathtaking. When you walk through the ruins, or when you take your first step out to talk to Galerius, that view is incredible. The level of detail with the water in the bathhouse, to the views overlooking the city, to the murals and paintings. Or how about the massive Stargate vibes you get when travelling through the portal, either at the beginning or when the golden rule is broken. Or when you walk past golden statues and hear a scraping sound, only to turn around and realise the statue is now staring right at you. It is simply amazing. I can't do anything but sit here and applaud Modern Storyteller for how incredible the world looks. And to realise they did this with a 4-person team just makes it all the more awe-inspiring. As for the music and sound design, it works perfectly well with the game. The music just adds to your enjoyment, and the sound design works incredibly well with what's happening in the Forgotten City. That sound when you break the golden rule, I just dare you to do it. So, should you play The Forgotten City? That is a big yes. Just don't go into the game expecting action. If you go in understanding that there will be a lot of traversal, talking to citizens, thinking of creative ways to solve problems, and investigating suspicious characters, you will get the most out of this game. The Forgotten City does a great job of immersing you into Roman society, as well as pushing the boundaries and our thoughts on certain subjects. Let's just say you could do a lot worse than playing The Forgotten City. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with our review? What is your opinion on The Forgotten City? What's your opinion on the Golden Rule? And if you haven't already, head over to our website, thebetanetwork.net, for more gaming news and reviews.